This is the one.
Welcome back to Simple Hoops.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Rocky.
And today we are breaking down our hottest all-season takes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's just go straight into it, Ryan.
My first hottest take is John Collins has a career year without Trae Young.
Interesting.
Yep.
Career. What do you define by career year? Because like his best year, that's not crazy to say.
Yep. I think that because the past 2 years he's been on the decline with Trae Young,
yeah.
and
Since
a lot of it coming out that people don't like playing with Trae Young. I think out in Utah,
he's been on a trade block for years.
Yep.
He didn't want to be there.
I think he has his best season he's ever had.
Okay. What does that season look like?
Gets his shooting back to what it used to be.
So 3-point shooting.
His shooting comes back, and I'm going to say well over 20 points a game.
Well over. What was his rookie season? 20 and 10?
I want to say it was a little bit low, like 17 and 9.
Yeah, but
there was a year where he shot like 39 from 3 and was shooting and was scoring over 20.
It's basically been like since his rookie season.
Yeah.
No, I think John Collins has like big potential in Utah.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with this take is, one, John Collins isn't guaranteed anything in Utah. There's so many fours.
A lot of fours.
Way too many like guys at that position that he has to fight minutes for.
Yeah.
As well as Utah doesn't need him. And I honestly think that they have, what's his name, Danny Ainge?
Yeah.
Danny Ainge is the dude to just kind of buy him and flip him. So,
yeah, that's fair.
And that kind of can ruin his morale, can ruin his spirit. And maybe it puts him more in a downward spiral. But maybe the new environment in Utah.
Yeah. And that's where I was going with this take. Just the environment that the Hawks have versus Utah.
Yeah.
Night and day. Like, people in Utah love Utah. They want to be in Utah.
Yeah.
And I think if John Collins, if they got him for that reason, that they want to build him, maybe get a little bit more out of him that the Hawks couldn't, I think there's a chance that he has a great year.
So you think like premium, like best role player type?
Yeah. Not an all-star, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But he can get it done every night and stay consistent.
Like a Lowry Markkanen type of year, maybe, or not that far.
Not as good as Lowry Markkanen.
Yeah.
Because he was up there, not
All-star.
Just one peg down. But I think he gets the ball way more than what he did in Atlanta.
No, not too hot.
Yeah, starting off warm.
My first take: Fred VanVleet makes the Rockets a play-in team, and Dillon Brooks becomes first-team All-Defense. We'll nudge up.
Now, he's normally second team. He's He's got on a few of them.
Looking at this year's list, the two guards above him, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
He's always going to be there.
Yeah.
But we have Alex Caruso.
Yeah. Alex
Caruso is a spy.
Yeah, I think he could take it over.
But the reason I say this is I think this. Now, obviously, I'm a Rockets fan.
He is
bias
a huge,
in the building.
Huge Rockets
bias
fan.
In the building, but I think that these two players, in a weird way, can unlock this team because they bring two things that the team is missing.
Yeah,
a playmaker and defense.
Yeah,
and with the new head coach in Ime Udoka, I think this team has a lot in store this year. Now, as a fan, if you asked me what season you would be happy with, I would say 25 wins.
Yeah.
Like 5 more than normal. But I do think that although the West is tough, this is a type of team that, because of their youth, because of their depth, because of just all the guys that want to prove that they are worthy of some rookie extensions coming up soon.
Yeah.
That they can really be unlocked by Fred VanVleet and potentially be a play-in team. Now, I'm not saying 7, 8. I'm saying 9 or 10.
Squeaking in.
Similar to the Thunder this year. But I think Fred VanVleet has proven that he can make the people around him better.
Yeah.
And I think Dillon Brooks has proven that he can, at the end of the day, be a good defender. I mean, he's a guy that we all goofed and gaffed on.
Yeah, a lot of people.
After the LeBron incident. But every team wanted him for the mid-level exception because of his defense.
Yep.
And he's surrounded by a lot of guys who are going to want shots, and let's hope he doesn't take them. But I think this is a fringe play-in team if all of the pieces put in well. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think it has to fall perfectly for them to get in.
No, for sure.
But I think there's just too many good teams fighting for that play-in that they're going to be on the outside, maybe like 12, 11.
Yeah.
Still close. But I think there's just so many teams in the West that are either just as good, better, or have added, just like the Rockets have. I think they'll be fighting for it.
No, every position in the West this year is gonna be a dog fight.
Yeah.
But I think this team, they have to do something, and I think that this year, I'm hoping too early, but they could be a fringe playing team in my mind.
I think if everything falls right, they could get it done.
Ryan, what's your second take?
Keeping it in the West, the Suns are better than the Denver Nuggets going into 2024.
Whoa. That's now, as of right now, what's your contenders? You'd say Suns, Nuggets.
Suns, Nuggets
Lakers?
In the West. Lakers tier below them, but there.
So you think Suns, Nuggets 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Suns, Nuggets biggest matchup in the West this year, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, the Lakers got swept, so Suns have the best shot of all teams to beat the Nuggets, but they had no depth. So you're saying
with their
depth.
With their vet minimum guys they signed, because they signed a whole bunch. I think they've got the depth that they need.
Yeah.
And as I don't like the Bradley pairing with the big three.
No one does.
But talent wins in the NBA.
Talent does win. This team is screwed if one of these guys get injured.
This is true. That's why it's a hot take.
It is a hot take. I will say, I think this team is going to be really good or really bad. Because when you depend on vet minimum guys, there is no consistency there.
It's a 190s on, 190s off.
You're paying a dude a vet minimum. That means that he can drop, 20 in one game, but the 18 other games he plays, he's dropping 5 if he's even in the rotation.
Just ask Blake Griffin.
Hot take, but maybe.
I think so.
Now, second take. Similar to the Suns. We got Chris Paul. I got a hot take about Chris Paul. Now, as you know, big Chris Paul fan.
Yeah.
Since he was in Houston.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul is about 53 at this point.
Going on to 60.
He's got a couple grandkids at this point, it feels like.
Yep.
I have Chris Paul falling out of the rotation.
What?
For the Warriors.
Now, give me your reasoning behind that one.
Now, this is a lot more than just Chris Paul age. Chris Paul's obviously old. Chris Paul obviously has a ton of injury concerns. Yeah. That's the reason the Suns really dumped him, is because you can't depend on him at this point. And he's old. He's getting paid $30 million a year to be 38 and play, 20 minutes a game?
Yeah.
But I think Chris Paul at his best this year could definitely be a great player for the Warriors in the regular season. When we're talking playoffs, I don't know what he can do for this team, because Chris Paul's at his best when he controls the offense.
Yeah.
Now, the Warriors have had teams where Curry dominates for, the 30 minutes that he's the main guy out there. Yeah. They're playing fast and they're running around. Then they have, Sean Livingston come in with the mini game. I don't think this team can have an old Chris Paul out there who doesn't run off ball constantly.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, when he's playing, he has to have the ball in his hand. He has to control the game. That's not how the Warriors play basketball. As well as, Warriors don't have any bigs. And I feel like Chris Paul is really good playmaking when he can spoon feed the big man off the pick and roll. Who's doing a pick and roll with him? Kevon Looney?
Hey, he had some good games in the playoffs.
I like Kevon Looney, but I don't know. Dario Saric? Man goes crazy in 2K.
In 2K, he is so good.
I don't know. Plus, they were teammates for a while. I don't remember Dario Saric going crazy.
Yeah, now I do know he was dealing with some injuries back then with Chris Paul on OKC. Sure. Don't know if it was the same time.
They played with the Suns, too, together.
They did.
Yeah.
They played 3 times on 3 different teams.
I don't know. Maybe they got a little
all-star teammates. They got a little group chat.
I think Chris Paul just falls out of the rotation. Getting too old. And they're going to just drop him over the next offseason.
This one, I feel very strongly against.
Whoa.
I think, of course, injuries. That happens. Yeah, Chris Paul may end up retiring. Because he is an old man. I can see where you're coming from that end.
You can only do so much. He's gone vegan. He's done all the health stuff. You can only do so much, man.
But as a player on the court, what he does best is unlock young players. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody. I think he will unlock them. And I think if he accepts his role, which I believe would be best suited.
Yeah, he's already accepted his role.
I think if he accepts it and understands what the Warriors want from him, I think he could be perfect running that bench unit with those young guys.
That's the dream scenario.
If he stays healthy, if no type of, what's the word? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ego. If he keeps his ego in check, I think
best podcasters
literally
in the NBA.
Literally.
No, but I just don't see him being part of the rotation in the playoffs. But Ryan, is your next take hotter? Please tell me.
It depends on how you feel about this player. Jordan Poole will prove the doubters wrong next season. And I'm saying he's going to average over 26 points a game.
Oh, not too hot. This is actually very funny because my next take is Kuzma or Poole becomes an all-star.
All-star.
Now, you argue for Poole. I'll argue for Kuzma.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Which I think we know what Poole is. In the smaller role he had on the Warriors, he is a bucket.
Yeah.
And he can heat up in an instant. And last year, where most people were saying he was having a rough year, he's still career high 20 points a game.
Yeah, 20? Yeah.
He's going to be the lead ball handler. He's going to have a lot more reps.
20 points is your basically six man.
Yep. And I think that he has the opportunity to take control of this Wizards organization along with Kyle Kuzma. And they have a real shot at proving something to the NBA.
I mean,
because a lot of people meme Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. A lot of people don't really like their game.
Here's the reason I think Kuzma becomes the best player for Washington.
Yeah.
Kuzma dominated in his role last year. Kuzma had his best year.
Career year. Far. Yep.
He averaged more than Poole, 21 points per game. And what I think is so surprising about Kuzma's great year last year is that, yes, the Wizards, they sucked.
Yeah.
They were miserable. But their best players were good players.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal, pull it up. He had 20-ish, I think it was 21 points per game.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis, around the same, 21.
Yeah.
So, Kyle Kuzma, he's the third option. He's the third highest scorer. You also have here Bradley Beal, 8.1 field goals per game. Porzingis, 6.9 field goals per game. They weren't replaced by good players.
Yeah.
Tyus Jones is not taking those.
It's Kuzma.
So, you have to fill it in. And yeah, Poole, he's going to shoot.
Yep.
But I really think Kuzma's been there. He's done it. And he's just going to fill in the space that's been missing. And I think that if this is like a fringe play-in team, which is crazy to say, that they could have a potential all-star.
And that is fair to say because if they're playing like a fringe play-in team, then of course one of Jordan Poole or Kyle Kuzma has to be playing insane basketball to get them there. Two. So I like that take from both sides.
Well, guys, those were our hottest takes of the offseason so far. Think we went too hot?
I think we'll keep going up as the series goes along.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jordan Poole, MVP season next year.
Kyle Kuzma, defensive player of the year.
Whoa. That's not happening, bro. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you later, guys.
Adios.